preference. Let's be clear, Mefa, homosexuality is not a fundamental human right. Show me anywhere in the 1992 Constitution where it says that a sexual preference is a fundamental human right.
But
the laws of Ghana are clear. I challenge anybody, any lawyer in this country, to show me where in the 1992 Constitution it says that sexual preferences are a fundamental human right. Homosexuality is a sexual preference. It is not a fundamental human right, and that is why this law, for the first time, in Section 5 and Section 22 of the bill we have put before Parliament.
Extremely detailed. One of the very fine things in there that I'm excited about is the fact that we are actually banning the opportunity for any LGBTQ couple to seek fosterage or adoption of children in Ghana. If your way of life does not support procreation, who should procreate for you to adopt? And so for us, in line with the comments that were made by our speaker, the Right Honourable Speaker, when he hosted the Australian High Commissioner here in Parliament, and was emphatic that as a member of the Catholic Church, he will not support anything that frowns on our customs and our religious beliefs. We believe that we will be safe in your hands as you steer the House to get us this bill passed into law before the end of this meeting of Parliament.
The Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram is insistent that the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana does not consider same-sex relationships as a fundamental human right. Speaking on Joy FM's Midday News Friday, Mr. Sam Nartey George said homosexuality is regarded as a human preference. He therefore dared persons, including legal practitioners, who hold opposing views to prove otherwise. Homosexuality is not a fundamental human right. Show me where in the 1992 Constitution it says that sexual preference is a fundamental human right. The laws of Ghana are clear. I challenge anybody, any lawyer in this country to show me. Homosexuality is a human preference. It is not a fundamental human right, he said. His comment comes at a time when members of the general public are expressing diverse opinions on a private member bill cited on social media against the involvement, promotion, propagation, advocacy, support, or funding for LGBTQ+ related activities. The 36-page anti-LGBTQ+ bill revealed some 8 legislators who are spearheading the fight against same-sex relationships in the country. They are Sam George, Ho West MP, Emmanuel Bedzra, MP for Pondo, Ella Adjuwasoa, John Tim Forger, the MP for Assin South. The rest are MP for Tamale North, Alassane Sebusuhuyini, Ladade Kotapon MP, Rita Naoli Soa, MP for Karachi West, Alan Adjuwaniso, Roxanne Nelson Dafangper, the MP for South Dai. Portions of the bill state that individuals of the same sex who engage in sexual intercourse are liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 750 penalty units and not more than 5,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment of not less than 3 years and not more than 5 years, or both. Also, it proposed that a person who, by use of media, technological platform, technological account or any other means, produces, procures, markets, broadcasts, disseminates, publishes or distributes a material for purposes of promoting an activity prohibited under the bill, or a person who uses an electronic device, the internet service, a film, or any other device capable of electronic storage or transmission to produce, procure, market, broadcast, disseminate, publishes or distribute a material for purposes of promoting an activity prohibited under the bill, commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years. The bill further suggests that persons who engage in activities that promote, support, express sympathy for or call for a change of public opinion towards an act prohibited under the bill are liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years or not more than 10 years. Although Mr. Nartey George declined to expatiate on the nitty-gritty of the bill as it is undergoing gazetting, he, nonetheless, described as comical the interpretation being put across by some members of the public. According to the Ningo Pram Pram legislator, the issues that are defined as crime or as offensive in the acts are clear. A conversation or an interview of this nature, I do not believe is promoting homosexuality. We are clear in the language we used in the bill. I've seen all kinds of interpretation being put out there, but I take that as a comical aspect of Ghanaian lives. On the issue of advocacy, he stated that armed robbers and prostitutes are not provided with a platform to clarify why they are engaged in such acts, hence, the same should be replicated for persons involved in same-sex relationships. If you won't do that, why will you be granting a platform for clarity on something the laws of Ghana say is illegal? Interviews with the prostitutes are not meant to understand and give them a platform to push their trade. That in itself will be illegal, he added. Meanwhile, Cambridge researcher Oliver Barker-Vormauer has indicated that should the anti-LGBT bill be passed in its current form, sex between a man and a woman would be as illegal as sex between same-sex couples. Mr. Barker-Vormauer explained that the use of pansexual activities in the said bill is problematic because it could mean sexual activities between two opposite genders. A pansexual in the proposed bill is defined as a person who engages in a sexual or romantic activity with persons of any gender identity or expression, including persons who do not fit into the binary sex categorization of male and female. The law defines what it means by pansexual activities, and it says a pansexual refers to a person who engages in sexual or romantic activity with a person of any gender. Now, this is important because by this, if you say that pansexual activity is wrong, then it implies that if a person is engaged in sexual or romantic activity with persons of any gender, then they are doing something criminal. By this view, if a guy engages in sex with his wife, obviously the wife is of a different gender. So by that intellect, the law is implying that this is a pansexual activity. So what I am saying is that they have ended up banning sex in its entirety because of the improper definition they've done.